Hello. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
चल lecture start करो. Yes. Currently we are learning the 13th lecture from H. Robert philosophy, that is the dose. In this lecture we learn how much quantity of the drug substance is required to cure the natural disease. And in previous lecture we learned how these whenever the drug material we used uh, we use the crude material drug substances, then the action of the drug is physiological and proved as a pathogenetic one, and therefore the infinitesimal dose is used in homeopathy, that is uh, the quantity of medicine which is necessary to effect any change in the nature is the least possible. That means the decisive amount is always minimum or an infinitesimal, and this object we can achieve by the process of potentization. Let us learn the next paragraph. Yes, it can hardly fail to be plain that the same power which establishes the curative relationship between drugs and disease and regulate this law should at the same time and in the same manner determine the quantity and the method of this administration. In this place, in these places, it not upon a notion or whim of what strength shall be used, but upon our interpretation of the law. Let us elucidate this law. Let us get a clear concept of the elements of this problem. They are of two classes, those which belong to the patient and those which are associated with the drug. That means let us elucidate this law. Which law? That is a uh, law of minimum. And whenever this law of minimum is which establish the curative effect of that particular patient, isn't it? And therefore how much quantity you have to use for the administration. Then for the law of minimum, let us get a clear concept of the element of this problem. They are of two classes, those which are belong to the patient. Yes, that means how much quantity is required for that particular patient, and those which associated with the drug, that means the hidden property of the drug. Whenever we potentize this medicine, it get aroused. Although the quantity of medicine is very, or the quantity get reduced, the quality of the medicine get increased. In the first, we are dealing with the perverted stimulus of the organs or functions of the body, and the natural relationship are disturbed. Yes, whenever in the first, that means the factor which is belong to the patient. Yes, you have to from patient point of view, you have to select those remedy only which establishes the uh, most similarity to the symptom of the particular patient. And when we select the opposite, or you can say we prescribe the medicine on the principle of opposite, then it totally disturb the function of the patient. In the first, we are dealing with the perverted stimulus of the organs and functions of the body. Yes, whenever these functions and get perverted, and then the natural relationship are disturbed whenever we prescribe the drug in a on the principle of contraria. The susceptibility of this organ to impression from these stimuli are exalted, depressed, and extinguished. The susceptibility may be exalted in respect to some influences, even to the point of intolerance, or depressed in others to the point where we have the feeblest response to the impression, while others are entirely void to response to all stimuli. Yes, here the susceptibility disease in diseased person, the susceptibility get altered or perverted. The susceptibility of these organs to impression, that organs to impression means where the disease is located, the particular organ become very much hypersensitive and irritable, and therefore to impression from these stimuli are exalted, depressed, or extinguished. That means according to the different nature of the patient or different response given by the patient, the susceptibility is the act against the stimuli, against the stimuli here to the disease force are exalted means it is a high, it is an exaggerated response, it is a high response, or depressed, sometimes it is very low response, or extinguished, or sometimes there is totally no response by the susceptibility. The susceptibility may be exalted in respect to some influences, even to the point of intolerance, or depressed in others to the point where we have the feeblest response to the impression. Yes, sometimes whenever there is a feeblest response because of the feebleness of the vital force, the susceptibility is depressed. Such type of susceptibility you observe in the chronic diseases where the pathological changes are developed, or gross pathological changes are developed, and sometimes these are the irreversible type, and there there is a very feeblest response to the external stimuli, while others are entirely void to response to all stimuli, and sometimes void means it is a totally empty response, there is no response to stimuli. The such type of or these three type of responses given by the susceptibility of the human being. These are new susceptibilities to impression from external forces not found at all, or not existing to the same degree in the healthy. Yes, as there are different type of constitutions are there, different type of temperaments are there, there are different type of susceptibility, and these are new susceptibilities to impression from external forces not found at all, or not existing to the same degree in the healthy. That means this, it is a differ in different type of person. The sum of these changes form a class of facts most important to this investigation, and gives the basis of a proper understanding of the condition of the sick. For our present purpose, it will be necessary to consider only such of these changes as have reference to impression from drugs. In a given case of disease, the patient is often oversensitive to the smallest quantity of some drug, while there is an equal insensibility to even large quantities of others. That means these, as the there is a susceptibility of the patient as well as the reactivity of the drug substance. Some drug substance has very or very intense action, or some are very much feeble. In a given case of disease, the patient is often oversensitive to the smallest quantity of some drug. Yes, because of this hypersensitive nature of the patient, the smallest quantity may brought about the changes, while there is an equal sense insensibility to even large quantity of the other. and sometimes there is totally no response for the large quantity of drug. We find this often. The answer to this is an illustration of the expression of the law of the dose. The changes of susceptibility constitute the first class of the general element of the problem. Those of the second belong to the drug. Yes, the change of the susceptibility is first class of the general element of the problem. That means the nature of the disease. And second is the nature of the drug. This consists of the power which belong to drugs to produce disturbance in the action of living forces, so that they no longer act in harmony, which maintains that sense of well-being, which is health. That means some drug substances are so powerful in nature, and because of the violence action of that particular drug substances, they are very powerfully disturb the function of the living organism, and these act as a pathogenetic, that is a no longer act in harmony, which maintain that the sense of well-being in the which is health. that that means the alteration of the state of health. It is this power so to act that constitute a drug, and it is with this power so to act upon living organ in special condition of the susceptibility that we have to do in determining the dose in a given case of disease, and also to comprehend as the law which governs the dose in all cases. After having settled the first question in prescribing what is the remedy, this question of spatial susceptibility is in the organ is just that which decides the next question we must answer: how much of this remedy is required to restore the last balance of the vital force in the particular case. In these two questions lies the whole problem of cure. Yes, in these two questions, H. Robert says, lies the whole problem of cure. That is, which one the, what is the remedy? Yes, which is the, what is the remedy? The remedy which bring about the curative effect. And this question of spatial susceptibility in the organ is just that which decide the next question. We must answer how much of this remedy is required to restore the lost balance of the vital force in the particular case. Yes, what is the remedy? That is the medicine which exhibit the exact similarity to those or to the totality of the symptom of the particular patient. And how much remedy required, that means the quantity of medicine which is responsible to bring about the curative effect or restore the sick to health, or you can say restore the lost balance of the vital force. So that means the remedy selection and the potency selection. How we can know the degree of the spatial susceptibility to the action of the drug before its administration? Yes, how can we know? How can we know the degree of the susceptibility, as well as the you have to match this degree with your drug and potency simply by the same process of inquiry that led to the choice of the true remedy. Yes, it is very uh, easy. That means you have to, whenever we take the case taking, we very well know the susceptibility of that particular patient simply by the same process of inquiry that led to the choice of the true remedy. It is that which is like, it is what the drug whose action on the healthy living organism is most like the phenomena of the lost balance of the vital energy, which we call disease. Yes, that means whenever we concerned with the drug selection, or whenever we concerned with the what is remedy, then it means it is a similar most remedy. the drug substance which has a capacity to produce similar symptom whenever these are all administered to the healthy living organism, is the most like the phenomena of the lost balance of the vital energy, which is called disease. That means whenever during the process of drug proving, when any drug or any selected remedy which we are going to prove on healthy human being, it acts at the similar way to the disease stimuli, how the disease is produced or how the disease phenomena is occurs. In the similar way, this you create the artificial disease by introducing or by administering the ड्रग सबस्टन्स टू द हेल्दी ह्युमन बिंग. म्हणजे ज्या प्रकारे एखाद्या नॅचरल कोर्समध्ये एखाद्या व्यक्तीला डिसीज होतो, त्या तो जो घटनाक्रम जसा असतो तसाच सेम घटनाक्रम जेव्हा आपण एखाद्या हेल्दी ह्युमन बिंग मध्ये आर्टिफिशियली डिसीज प्रोड्यूस करतो, मेडिसिन देऊन, एखाद्या ड्रग सबस्टन्स देऊन, तर हे दोन्ही गोष्टी एकदम सेम आहेत. तर म्हणून आपल्याला जेव्हा आपण ड्रग प्रूव्हिंग करतो आणि सगळं हा जो मटेरियल मेडिका आहे, so it is a very necessary to have a knowledge of materia medica. Then only you can compare the totality of the symptom with the drug substances which are the, according to the knowledge of materia medica, you can select the proper drug from the number of drug. Isn't it? This like means similarity. See, the phenomena of the disease in natural course is the same the phenomena of the disease artificially in healthy human being. Then institute this inquiry, how much it is like, how much it is like. This answer determines the quantity of the drug required, and this is in the inverse ratio of the similarity. This constitutes the basic law of the dose as to quantity and potency. Yes, that means which is the basic law? Till now we discussed what do you mean by doses, what do you mean by the quantity of doses, what is the material dose, what is the massive dose, what is the pathogenetic physiological dose, what is pathogenetic dose, all different types of name of this regarding the quantity of medicine. But the very minimum or the decisive dose is very much minimum, decisive amount of the dose is very much minimum. And this minimum dose, what is the rule for that? That whenever we compare the totality of the disease with the totality of the drug substances, then whenever it is a maximum similarity established, म्हणजे जास्तीत जास्त सिमिलॅरिटी जर आपल्याला दिसत असेल टोटॅलिटी ऑफ द सिम्पटम. आता टोटॅलिटी ऑफ द सिम्पटम मध्ये आपल्याला कुठले सिम्पटम घ्यायचे? ते कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्पटम घ्यायचे की जे त्या पेशंटला इंडिव्हिज्युअलाइज करतात, ते जे पेशंटची पर्सनॅलिटी एक्झॅक्टली मॅच होते. तर अशा केसेस मध्ये जिथे एक्झॅक्ट सिमिलॅरिटी मॅच होते, तर तिथे काय आहे? दिस इज इन द इनव्हर्स रेशो ऑफ द सिमिलॅरिटी. म्हणजे जास्तीत जास्त सिमिलॅरिटी तर कमीत कमी क्वांटिटी. दिस आन्सर डिटरमाइन द क्वांटिटी ऑफ द ड्रग रिक्वायर्ड. द क्वांटिटी म्हणजे जितकी जास्त सिमिलॅरिटी तितकी कमी क्वांटिटी, द इनव्हर्स रेशो. दिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूट द बेसिक लॉ ऑफ द डोज ॲज टू क्वांटिटी अँड पोटेन्सी. म्हणजे जितकी जास्तीत जास्त सिमिलॅरिटी तितकीच इनव्हर्स रेशो म्हणजे कमी क्वांटिटी. कमी क्वांटिटी म्हणजे हाय पोटेन्सी. आलं लक्षात? तर इथे लक्षात घेतलं पाहिजे, इट इज अ बेसिक लॉ ऑफ डोज. What is the like? The similarity. The like which cures is the resemblance of the characteristic symptom of the drug to those of the disease. Yes, here we are not deal with the common symptom of the disease which we required for the diagnosis of the disease. try to understand the difference between the common and uncommon symptom. Try to understand the difference between common and characteristic symptom, and try to understand the importance of the characteristic symptom in selection of the remedy, because these characteristic symptoms individualize your patient. And exactly, we are not deal with the disease itself, therefore we are not concerned at all with the disease symptom. While these disease symptoms, these common symptoms, these are only useful for the diagnosis of the disease, where our homeopathic prescription never depending on the diagnosis of the disease, while you have to deal with the sick, that is a patient as a person. Have you understand? And हा patient as a person कसा बनणार आहे, तर त्याच्या कॉमन सिम्पटम मुळे नाही, तर कॉमन सिम्पटम हे फक्त डायग्नोसिस साठी उपयोगामध्ये पडते. तर डायग्नोसिस वरून आपल्याला मेडिसिन सिलेक्ट करायचं नाही आहे, हे आपलं टार्गेट नाही आहे. बिकॉज दिस pathological symptom or any other diagnostic symptom, these are the result of the disease phenomena. Have you got this? It is not the disease itself, it is not a disease per se, while the disease is the dynamic derangement of the vital force. And how this phenomena is occur, and how it is resulted into or manifested outwardly in different sign and symptom, you have to characterize this phenomena with characteristic symptom of the particular patient himself. And therefore, the like which cures is the resemblance of the characteristic symptom of the drug. This characteristic symptom of the drug, you have to match with the characteristic symptom of the this patient, because this characteristic symptom individualize your drug. ट्राय टू अंडरस्टँड. प्रत्येक ड्रगचे आपले आपले कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्पटम आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, जर आपण ॲक्वोनाइट जर मेडिसिन घेतलं, तुमचं झालं असेल कदाचित, तर ॲक्वोनाइटची स्पिअर ऑफ ऍक्शन माइंडवर स्पेसिफिकली रिलेटेड आहे, किंवा सीव्हीएस सिम्पटम, सीव्हीएस वर त्याची चांगली ऍक्शन आहे. किंवा ब्रायनिया जर मेडिसिन आपण घेतलं एक्झाम्पल साठी, तर ब्रायनियाची ऍक्शन ही म्युकस मेम्ब्रेनला आहे, की जिथे तो एक्सेसिव्ह ड्रायनेस ऑफ म्युकस मेम्ब्रेन क्रिएट करतो. तर हे त्याचा कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्पटम आहे. किंवा जर आपण बेलाडोना घेतलं, तर बेलाडोना इट इज अ विच इज बेलाडोना ऍक्ट ऑन द सेंट्रल नर्वस सिस्टम, व्हाईल द नर्व एंडिंग्स there is a hyperesthesia, and therefore every or from this three example you can understand every drug substance has its own specific action. म्हणून ॲक्वोनाइटच्या ऐवजी आपण बेलाडोना नाही देऊ शकत, बेलाडोनाच्या ऐवजी आपण ब्रायनिया देऊ शकत नाही, कारण प्रत्येक ड्रगची आपापली एक स्पेसिफिक कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्पटम प्रोड्यूस करण्याची क्षमता आहे. आणि आता ॲक्वोनाइट मध्ये पण फिवर आहे, बेलाडोना मध्ये पण फिवर आहे, आणि ब्रायनिया मध्ये पण फिवर आहे, किंवा इपिकॅक मध्ये फिवर आहे, जेलसिमिया मध्ये फिवर आहे. म्हणजे फिवर इज अ कॉमन सिम्पटम, isn't it? While the characteristic feature or the characteristic, that is the modalities, for example, किंवा कुठले कॉन्कॉमिटंट सिम्पटम जे ह्या कॉमन फिवर सारख्या सिम्पटमला अनकॉमन करतात, तर अशा सिम्पटमचा आपण जे काही कॉमन सिम्पटम आहे त्याच्याबद्दल एन्क्वायरी करून त्याला कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर किंवा ड्रग सिलेक्शन साठी आपल्याला त्याला कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक बनवणं, कन्व्हर्ट करणं आवश्यक असते. नुसत्या फिवरवर आपण कुठलंच मेडिसिन देऊ शकत नाही, कारण आपल्याकडे हजारो मेडिसिन आहेत. त्या हजारोंमधनं कुठलं मेडिसिन द्यायचं आहे, तर हे सिलेक्ट करण्यासाठी आपल्याला कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्पटमची गरज असते पेशंटच्या. त्याचप्रमाणे हे जे कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्पटम आहे हे एका ड्रगला दुसऱ्या ड्रग पासून वेगळं करताय. म्हणजे ॲक्वोनाइटचा फिवर वेगळा आहे, बेलाडोनाचा फिवर वेगळा आहे, आणि ब्रायनियाचा फिवर वेगळा आहे, इपिकॅकचा वेगळा आहे, जेलसिमियमचा वेगळा आहे. तर त्या प्रकारचा फिवर जेव्हा आपल्याला त्या पेशंट मध्ये आढळतो, तेव्हा आपण ते पर्टिक्युलर मेडिसिन कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्पटमच्या आधारावर देत असतो. हॅव यू गॉट इट? The characteristic symptom of the disease and the drug are those symptoms that give to each its individual character. Not all those symptoms held in common with the general disease group or the family group of drug. तर हे जे जे कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्पटम आहे हे त्या पर्टिक्युलर ड्रग सबस्टन्सच्या कॉमन सिम्पटम पेक्षा वेगळे असतात, कारण कॉमन सिम्पटम हे सो मेनी ड्रग मध्ये आपल्याला आढळतात. त्याप्रमाणे त्या फॅमिलीमध्ये जे ग्रुप असेल त्याचे देखील ते कॉमन सिम्पटम असतात. It is the similarity of the characteristic symptom of the drug to those of the disease, and again how nearly similar it is to the number of characteristic symptoms that marks the exact similitude. Exact similitude means which prove as a most similar remedy, which is the curative remedy. Exact similitude means exactly similar. That means this characteristic symptom of the patient you have to match with the characteristic symptom of the drug. The greater the number of characteristic symptom of the disease that are found to correspond to the drug, the less the quantity and the higher the potency that can be used. तर इथे जेव्हा आपल्याला हे कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्पटम आपले एक्झॅक्टली मॅच दाखवतात आहे आणि मॅक्झिमम नंबर ऑफ सिम्पटम डिसीजचे हे त्या कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्पटम ऑफ डिसीज दॅट इंडिव्हिज्युअलचे जेव्हा त्या रेमेडीशी मॅच होत आहेत, that means very or the decisive amount of the drug is very much small. It should be very much minimum, very small quantity of medicine. That means high potency you have to select, higher the potency you have to select the higher potency, because it exhibits the more similarity to the symptom, totality of the symptom of the patient exhibit the highest similarity to the characteristic symptom of the totality of drug. The whole relationship of drug to disease rests on the susceptibility. The whole relation of drug to disease. Yes. Whole relation means the similarity, which is or the characteristic feature of the drug and the characteristic symptom produced by the patient according to his susceptibility. The power of the drug over disease is solely in its similarity. Without it, it has no power except in the physiological form, and that is never curative. Yes, if the highest similarity is not established in between the disease and drug, then whatever is that means it is not an individual character. That means whatever is the drug you prescribe now, it is according to the common symptom, and it acts as a physiological form. That means it is never curative, while it is a palliative in nature. If the patient there be wanting a susceptibility to its impressions, this relationship of the patient to the drug does not exist. It rests on the very similarity of those elements of the disease which show its specific nature to those which are characteristic of the drug, and according to the degree of susceptibility. It is in direct relationship to this susceptibility. Yes, try to understand. It rests on the very similarity of those elements of the disease which show its specific nature. Yes, every drug substance has its own characteristic symptom, and whenever this characteristic symptom match with that particular patient, which shows the specific character, because the drug has the capacity to produce such type of characteristic symptom to those which are characteristic of the drug and according to the degree of susceptibility. Yes, here also the degree of susceptibility is also matched, because this degree of susceptibility is, what is the definition of susceptibility? It is a response to the external stimuli. That means how this drug substance produces a symptom, it is exactly similar to the how the person respond to the disease force. And here the susceptibility of the drug substance as well as the susceptibility of the disease person at the same level, because because both are consist of the similar type of uh, mode of action, isn't it? It is it is in direct relation to this susceptibility, and therefore there is a direct relationship. That means की ड्रगची पण तेच कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक सिम्टम प्रोड्यूस करण्याची कॅपॅसिटी आहे, तर हा जो इंडिव्हिज्युअल आहे हा देखील त्या डिसीज फोर्सला त्याच पद्धतीने रिॲक्ट झालेला आहे. In sickness, susceptibility is markedly increased as the avenue of disease state are widely open, so that which would have no effect in health will be quickly grasped in disease. Yes, in sickness, what happened? In sickness, this susceptibility is markedly increased as the avenue of disease state are widely open. Avenue means it is a path. It is a path of disease. That means whatever is a where the disease is located, it is these are all become hypersensitive. The susceptibility of the particular system organ get increased and widely open to receive any stimuli, isn't it? And therefore, whenever we prescribe the drug which has a similar action, it very promptly accepted and quickly grasped in disease. And while rest of the healthy organ are not get affected much by this particular action of the drug substances. The resemblance of the group of symptoms is marked. Therefore, accordingly, the very smallest possible dose will satisfy the susceptibility and therefore be curative. Yes, in order to produce the similar group of symptoms, this resemblance, this means the same सिमिलॅरिटी, ते सिमिलॅरिटी ज्या प्रोड्यूस करतो आहे, त्याच्यामुळे व्हेरी स्मॉल क्वांटिटी ऑफ ड्रग इज नेसेसरी. A knowledge of the basic principle of this law explains why often a very high potency will cure intractable disease state where the low potencies do not even give relief. Yes, intractable means it is a hard to control. It is very stubborn, difficult, obstinate, you can say, unmanageable. Whenever the disease is very much obstinate in nature, म्हणजे आपण क्रॉनिक डिसीज म्हणू की ज्याच्यासाठी कुठल्या म्हणजे क्युरेबल नव्हता तो बाकीच्या इतर पद्धतीने आणि खूप क्रॉनिक झालेला डिसीज आहे, सहजासहजी तो क्युअर होत नाहीये. तर अशा केसमध्ये देखील जेव्हा आपल्याला हायेस्ट सिमिलॅरिटी मिळते आणि हाय पोटेन्सी जेव्हा आपण वापरतो, तेव्हा अशी केस ही क्युअर होते आणि म्हणजे होऊ शकते किंवा होतेच आहे. ज्या व्हेअर लो पोटेन्सीज डू नॉट इव्हन गिव्ह रिलीफ, आणि लो पोटेन्सीचा तिथे काही आराम पडत नाही. अगेन द नॉलेज ऑफ दिस लॉ नेसेसिटीज अ thorough knowledge of our materia medica. A knowledge of this law makes for a clear understanding of the homeopathic art. Yes, for the selection of the most similar remedy, you must have a very perfect knowledge of materia medica. And you know, this materia medica has a n number of symptoms, and therefore it is very hard to remember each and every symptom, isn't it? While it is very easy to understand the drug picture. Have you got this? And therefore try to understand the drug of the materia medica in the drug picture or very specific characteristic individualizing symptom. And the very easy way to repertorize your case. And then the last stage is the drug differentiation. A knowledge of this law makes for a clearer understanding of the homeopathic art. Yes, the knowledge of this law, that means the law of minimum, this law of infinitesimal dose, याचं जर आपल्याला नॉलेज असेल तर आपण ही जी होमिओपॅथिक आर्ट आहे, याला इथे आर्ट म्हटलेलं आहे, जे सायन्स आहे, आपण खूप आर्टिस्टिकली अप्लाय करू शकतो. येस, हिअर वी फिनिश द this lecture the dose and try to and